One hit, one body, 10 slits, one punch, one kick, zero fuck, zero shit. Got a twig, I got a stick. Shoot a movie, Uzi clip, get to clap.
Hello, yes, I'm back. Sort of. It's gonna take a little bit longer for me to be like back, but for now I'm sort of back. And today, sorry about the teeth and the tongue, I'm drinking coffee, and because I ran out of milk, it's, well, this. Anyway, I guess we move on to today's video before I embarrass myself further. This video being trolls that hate that I'm a mum on OnlyFans, my extraordinary family. Of course. Because why? Why can mothers not be OnlyFans people? Of course, why not? Okay, let's see how this goes, eh? First off the bat, she's very pretty. Wow. Okay. I mean, now I understand the OnlyFans.
Kind of feel like the reason why her husband and son support her is mainly because she actually makes a lot of money from OnlyFans. All right, 2 keys.
No, not a surprise. Not a surprise. But they support it. I mean, again, very pretty. But wow, the fact she has a Porsche, that car looks extremely expensive. I mean, I know nothing about cars, but I'm gonna assume that car's extremely expensive.
So my new Porsche. Hilarious. Hello, my husband makes the money with me.
Oh, yes. And I bet he's loving every second of it. I mean, let's be real. If you could sleep with your wife and make money for it, wouldn't you? Like, wouldn't you?
Every son's worst nightmare. I don't even know where people get that. I couldn't.
Probably the fact that if your son is somewhere between middle school and high school, it is his worst nightmare. Because imagine your mates finding your mother's OnlyFans. That would suck. Or finding out that your friends are subscribed to your mother's OnlyFans. They're no longer allowed in your house. Like, once you find that out, it's no more going anywhere near me, buddy.
Imagine making my family take a walk around the block so I can make my dirty videos. You act like I'm making them in my kitchen. Like, I mean, I have done some there, but that's when the house is empty.
Ah, fucking hell. We love that. Jesus Christ.
I am Ellie Ray, I am a mom, and I am an OnlyFans creator. I joined OnlyFans during the pandemic, and over the past 2 years, I have made myself into a multimillionaire. And today...
Again, not surprising. You are an extremely beautiful woman, so that does not surprise me.
I'm gonna read out some of my meanest DMs. Rest in peace, those kids' social life. Not true, actually. Especially in the beginning, I checked in with my kids all the time and asked them, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Is anyone giving you stuff? And
I mean, yeah, I could see how the kids might become a little uncomfortable with this, but at the same time, it's none of their fucking business. Like, I'm sorry, but any child that thinks they could control their parents, oh buddy, no. Your parents have to spend a good 18 years looking after your ungrateful ass. And on top of your mother having to spend 9 months of agony of you completely sucking all the nutrients from her. So please, maybe just keep your mouth shut on how your parents are supposed to live their lives, maybe.
actually, all their friends, I worried that they would treat me different or things would be awkward, and when they come over, we just laugh, everything's normal. Their social life is good, and my boys are also like super well-known, popular, they're in athletic, they have...
Of course they're popular, honey. Their mum is a MILF. Of course they're popular. Oh, honey, 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 you have no idea.
I have a really good friend group, so their social life is fine. I myself could never judge someone who has done this modeling, but I also would have never directly told my family, especially if I had children.
I don't agree with that. Like, obviously don't judge someone for something they're doing in their life if they're not hurting you. Let them knock themselves out. But also, this comment of they would never directly tell their family, specifically if they had children. I feel like that's a secret you shouldn't keep from your family. Like, your partner, obviously not, but, like, your children, specifically if you have children that are old enough to, you know, stumble upon it, then maybe you should just give them a heads up so that they don't find out through friends. Because that seems like a really shitty way to find that out. But I think parents being completely transparent with their kids is a good thing. Like, obviously, why would you want to keep secrets from your children? I've never understood that. But yeah, let's continue.
Your role as a parent would be compromised if you revealed that side of yourself to them.
No, it wouldn't. What, because you think that all of a sudden the kids have the upper hand? I'm very confused. I don't know, man. Like, your role as a parent wouldn't be compromised. I feel as though it'd be slightly harder to tell them not to do certain things. Like, say for example, you catch your children doing this, you can't exactly without them pulling the "will you do it" card, which is a very common card used by children, and I have no idea why, because that's a very easy response. That is, they are adults, you're a child, shut the fuck up. But yeah, I don't get this comment. The role wouldn't be compromised, it would just be slightly different. You'd have to take a slightly different approach to parenting, perhaps. Or if you have kids that really don't give a shit, then nothing changes.
Okay, well, here's the deal. I am a very honest mother. Like, our family in general has always been very honest with each other.
She took us out for lunch and sat us all down. She was
Yeah, their mother has definitely got something to do with their popularity. That's not me, like, insulting them. I'm just saying, from someone who's been in high school before, unless these two are rich and or drug users, their mother is the reason they're popular. But also, this man's hair is just luscious. However, I like this guy's necklace. I like that a lot. Also, this background. Their mother is, yeah, obviously very, very wealthy from her OnlyFans. Imagine being her.
and sat us all down. She was pretty straightforward with us. We were shocked at first.
I would rather tell my kids and them hear it from their father and I than them be like, yo, mom, you're on Barstool Sports Day, what the hell? So for us...
Exactly. Like, if I was in this position, I'd much rather hear it from my parents than someone else. God forbid, my friends, rather than my family. Like, I'd prefer my family to be honest with me. But, thankfully I don't have that problem, because my parents are, well, old. And really fucking ugly. So... oh, let's just keep this going before I get in trouble.
And we didn't have to dive into like crazy details or anything. It was just like giving them a general understanding that your mom is doing social media. So
Exactly. You don't have to go into details about what you do, because no child wants to know that part of their parents' life. But just, a quick heads up would be good.
kind of feel like the reason why her husband and son support her is mainly because she actually makes a lot of money from OnlyFans. I just bought this gorgeous $2 million mansion. Oh my God.
We love this. Also, I really hope she's using this money not just for like fancy things like a new house and a new car, but also for like, you know, important things that her kids need and like to look after her family and whatnot. Because if, like, I get she's making, like, I get her and her husband are making the money together, like it's their money, but at the same time they have kids to think about. If you understand what I mean, like, spoil yourself all you fucking like. You know, you made that money, use it as you will, but you know, look after the children you have as well.
Hilarious. Hello, my husband makes the money with me. We make videos together. People crack me up. What a lot of people don't realize is that my husband and I came into this industry together. This was a joint decision. This isn't something that I did.
My man over here is punching. I mean, buddy, look at your gorgeous wife, man. Look at this. How have you done this? How have you managed this, buddy? How? 'Cause, my God, you are one lucky son of a bitch.
Prior and asked him about. We've been married for 20 years. Every decision we make is together. He's very much.
You've been married for 20 years. Why do I have the feeling you're like 30? Hold on. Bruh. Hopefully at this, like, some point in this video we find out how old she is, because I'm intrigued.
Much a part of this. The fact that she admitted to being given an ultimatum between staying as a nurse or making an OnlyFans, when she just said earlier that nursing is her passion, but yet she chose OnlyFans. I
mean, just because something's your passion doesn't mean you have to do it. Like, you can have a passion for something and not do it. Like, people have passions for, like, the Civil War and shit like that, and they don't pursue those passions into looking into that shit or making their career all about that shit. Just because you have a passion doesn't mean you need to pursue it.
actually worked as a nurse full-time, 16-hour days while I was making 80 grand a month, had no intention of leaving. I also was getting my doctorate degree, graduated. I did not choose to leave nursing. I was booted out.
Oh wow, that's a bit intense. Like, I get, you know, bad look perhaps, but you can't, I don't think you should be able to kick somebody for something they do in their personal life. You know, like, if they're, like, you know, if they want to make OnlyFans, that's perfectly fine. But, you, like, it shouldn't affect their job. Like, so what, they, like, you know, taking their bedroom life into online, like, the fuck, who cares? Who cares? It's not affecting your life. Like, wow, that's disappointing. That is extremely disappointing to know that we are still here, where, you know, someone has an OnlyFans page and they're forced to leave their job just because their colleagues found the page. Fuck's sakes.
It didn't sit well with management and they had a big problem with it.
I mean, technically getting forced to leave and then seeing left job and quits job, that kind of sends two mixed messages there. Also, I love how it says that it makes 200k a month in this part and then 75k a month in this part. I don't know if that's like earlier in the career and then later in the career. No idea. Or if two different news outlets got two very different pieces of information. I don't know.
And I was ultimately given the ultimatum, discontinue what I was.
Oh, what was that last one? Hold on, we gotta go back.
Problem with it, and I was ultimately given the ultimatum.
Woman gives up nursing job. See, that's the part I'm not understanding. Like, you hear forced to leave, and then it says gives up. So I don't know. That's a lot of confusing information. But yeah, see, this one says 75 as well. So I'm gonna assume that the one that said 200 either got it wrong or is from later on in the career. I really don't know. But yeah, interesting. It's really interesting that something they choose to do in their personal life ruined their day job. I don't think that should be how it works. I think once you clock off of whatever job you choose to do, what you do after that is entirely your choice and shouldn't affect what you do at work, as long as you're not doing it at work. Like, it's pretty basic thing, I think. You know, that's why there's a difference between people's life outside of work and work. You know, not everyone is the same person after they leave their job. You know, it's just how it is.
Discontinue what I was doing on the side, or I was not going to be able to work on the unit anymore. At that point, it did not matter if I deleted it or not. The damage was done, and so I knew there's no point in me staying. I might as well go. By the looks of it, it seems like her family is done. They're just not happy with her at all.
I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that done or unhappy. I mean, those kids didn't seem very unhappy. It's almost like they're kind of like, well, it's not our fucking choice, you know. Like they seemed kind of like they aren't exactly like, yay, go for it, we love this idea, but they're not exactly sitting back like, like they're not exactly trying to get it to stop either. They realize they can't, so they're just, I guess, kind of just letting it happen, which is all they can do.
Be uncomfortable for them, but at the same time, making $250K a month, that's crazy. And I guess
exactly. See, once people hear the amount of money OnlyFans people make, the judging goes out the window. Like, people, oh, you post that kind of thing on the internet, ew, that's disgusting. Find out how much money the OnlyFans model makes. You know what? I would consider that. It's like, what, you made that? Oh, maybe I should start one too. Like, it's how OnlyFans has become so popular, I think, is finding out how much money someone makes and then going, well, that amount of money could really help. And then obviously doing it themselves. I guess that's kind of where that's where the judging ends. It starts with finding out that they're an OnlyFans model. It ends with how much money they make. Like, man, it sucks that the money is what stops the judgment. I mean, they shouldn't be judged point blank, period. Like, don't judge someone for something they choose to do with their own life and their own body. Like, fucking hell.
I would consider it too. I think that's the funniest part, is a lot of people are so quick to judge, like, I would never, I would put this above. It's like, shut up. Until you're in that position, you have to understand you're looking at someone who had $200,000 in student loans. We have 3 boys in hockey. I'm working full time. My husband's working full time. And then on the side, we're doing this and we're making all this money that's paying off all of our debt, paying off our house. Until you're in that position, you really can't judge someone for what you would or wouldn't do. And I'm a big believer, like, you only live once. And
exactly. See, I love how I went on my little tangent and she just ended up going on the same tangent 2 seconds later. Lovely.
I really want to slave away at nursing 16-hour days to make maybe $5,000 a month because nurses are vastly underpaid? No. So I chose the latter. I couldn't imagine making my family take a walk around the block so I can make my...
Okay, I don't understand where they're getting this from. Like, has she said in past clips that she makes her kids leave the house so she can film them? I don't understand, because that would make no sense. That makes no sense. It's like the equivalent of making someone leave the house for a hookup. I don't understand. I don't understand people's judgment right here. I don't understand this comment. It makes no fucking sense. Oh, this comment makes no sense. People are so stupid.
Dirty videos. You act like I'm making them in my kitchen. Like, I mean, I have done some there, but that's when the house is empty. This is something my husband and I are already doing at night behind closed doors. There's literally no difference. We are just popping in a camera. So I don't...
Exactly. Like, I don't see where the whole making your kids leave the house thing, like making your family leave the house thing comes from. Like, you're already doing it. Like, it's not as if, like, literally nothing has changed in, like, normal sex things besides adding a camera. And who knows, that might have been normal for them anyway. Like, no, no assumptions here. But, like, you know, like, why assume that they do this and it affects the kids? Like, why make that assumption? You're not the kids. You're not a part of this family. You don't know. Like, why? Why do people make such stupid assumptions?
I don't need to displace my children. That is not how this goes. I'm not running around the house in lingerie. I don't know what people think, that it's like some wild.
I mean, whoops, sorry. I accidentally did the mouse thing. But love that. Love that I'm not running down my hallway in lingerie. I mean, aren't you? Like, if the house was empty, aren't you? Like, because that seems like something you would do. Like, if it's just you and your husband, damn straight you're running down that hallway. Damn straight. Like, come on.
House over here, but it's not like that at all. Every son's worst nightmare.
I mean, yes and no. Like, depend. Like I said in the beginning of the video, that's a very two-sided coin, because it depends upon the child. Like, some kids will see that as a fuck yes, everybody's good. Like, everyone's like, fuck yes, I'm gonna be so popular. And then there's the kid that doesn't want the attention and is just like, Mum, put your clothes on. Like, you know? I don't know, it's just, it doesn't, it's a very opinionated sentence of a situation they're not involved in. Like, you can't make that kind of assumption. Just don't make that assumption, please. Because you make yourself look like an idiot.
I don't even know where people get that. I mean, I'm sure, like, obviously in an ideal world, this isn't what they would like me to be doing. But my husband and I have made this decision together, and our boys support that we've made this decision.
Exactly. It may not be ideal, but there's nothing they can do about it. So, it's better to just support it than be fucking angry. Because being angry doesn't get you fucking anywhere. Coming from the angry hothead of the planet. But yeah, coming from the angry hothead, it's a bit of a stretch. But yeah, there's no point being upset or angry or embarrassed by something you cannot change.
The most common insult I get is that I'm somehow now this terrible mom. So apparently overnight, from being a nurse to...
How? I'm sorry, but how is this woman a terrible mom unless she's doing something severely wrong? Like, I obviously don't know much about this, but like, up until today I had no idea she existed. But yeah, it's one of those situations where you can't tell unless you're in that house, you know? Like, yeah, could this potentially be damaging, like, emotionally for the child? Yeah. I'm not saying it couldn't be. Like, I'm not saying there's definitely no, like, way it will ever be damaging. There could be a way this becomes damaging. But, like, the fact that she wants to make dirty videos doesn't make her a bad mother. Like, come on, guys. Like, that's the equivalent of shaming somebody. Like, you're literally shaming somebody for doing what everybody does, just including a fucking camera in the equation. Like, I'm sorry, this woman does not shame you for screwing your husband. Don't shame her for screwing hers just because she chooses to do it in front of a camera. Like, come on. Grow up.
To this, I just, all of a sudden, all my motherly duties and all my love and compassion for my children is just gone because I, now take adult photos. I absolutely hate that because
So, it wasn't just that comment that, I mean, can we go back here for a second?
and it's just gone because I, now take.
Holy mother of gorgeousness. I mean, look at that. Just look at her. No wonder she is a multimillionaire because of OnlyFans. No fucking wonder. Like,
Take adult photos. I absolutely.
the other one was also very, very, very cute. Also, this guy, you are one lucky son of a bitch, man. Just putting it out there. You're one lucky son of a bitch.
I hate that because I don't think being a mom should stop you from doing and feeling sexy and doing what you want to do. I'm a wonderful.
Exactly. The fact that you have kids doesn't change anything. It's not like you have kids and you're immediately like, oh, sex radar has turned off. Like, no. Like, fuck. I hate the idea that once they become mum, everyone thinks that they're just supposed to be this, like, plain Jane, boring human being, and, like, just no. That's not how things work. Like, just because they were a certain way before they had kids doesn't mean they have to be an entirely separate, more mature, boring bitch now that they have a kid. Like, no. They're entitled to still live their same life without fucking judgment. Jesus. If she didn't have kids, this would be an entirely different story. You know, no one would really give a shit. But it's because she's a mum that everybody's like, oh my god! Like...
Mom, I stand by that.
Sorry, but did anyone else see that shirt move? Hold on. Yep, just pull the shirt down lower. I did think that I saw that. I wasn't entirely sure. Lovely.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go with this one. I think this one is really...
Although all those photos were pretty, but that one's very nice, yes.
So I was gonna say, fun day of filming. And then we're gonna sing. Done deal. So already I've got some comments, but it's from my community and they're actually very nice, absolutely gorgeous. Wow, love your...
See, comments like this make me happy. Because it's like, they're not judging, and it's because they have no right to judge. You know, you have no right to judge somebody else. The only person that is allowed to judge anybody is themselves. You know, like, you're allowed to judge yourself, don't judge anybody else. Like, you can judge your life decisions, you can have your own regrets, you can blame yourself for your own problems, but don't blame other people. You know, don't blame other people, don't attack other people's lifestyles, because it's none of your fucking business. In all honesty, what she and her husband choose to do is no one else's fucking business. Regardless of whether or not they're making it anybody else's business by putting it on OnlyFans. Just because it's there, you don't have to see it. You don't have to go out of your way to make that decision. Just leave them the fuck alone. If you don't like them or support their lifestyle, good. You don't have to. Just don't be a dick.
Figure, you are such a cute girl. My community is wonderful and I usually don't have too many problems with them. Reading the DMs, whether bad or rather good, it comes with the industry.
I can only imagine what this woman's DMs look like. Like, I can only fucking imagine. Like, this woman's DMs, there has to be some questionable things being sent to her. Like, 'cause people are just fucking disgusting. So, you know.
It comes with the game. It's part of being a content creator. So some of them make me laugh, some of them make me look at them crooked, and some of them just make me smile. And so today I have really good comments, and for that reason I'm smiling.
Okay. Yeah, that's about as far as I thought it was gonna go. That was quite an interesting one. I am not used to seeing things like that, obviously. But at the same time, I am not about to judge anybody. Whoopsie. Sorry for that. My fucking light just decided it didn't want to exist anymore. But I am, obviously I'm not going to judge anybody for the sheer fact that this is what they want to do. She's not hurt anybody by it. Her kids seem to be very looked after. Her life seems to be going relatively okay, and if it wasn't, she could stop at any time if it was bothering her, and it's clearly not. So, everyone seems to be clearly having fun, and everything seems to be okay, so it's not really a lot to judge there. But no, that was a pretty interesting thing to see. I rather loved it, because that was, you finally got to, my English is interesting this week, you actually got to see, the behind the scenes of what it looks like, and you get to see that it's not as, it's not as demonized as everyone says it is. But no, that was very good to see. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am very sorry that my videos have been very, very far and few between. I am trying. It's just, everything going on up here is not a fun time right now. So, you know, peeling myself out of bed to stand in front of a camera is pretty difficult right now. But I'm getting there, so the fact that I could actually sit here and film this today is a starting point. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video, whenever that may be. Hope you guys had a fun time, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!